Welcome back to Just Me Talking podcast. This is the video podcast version of my original podcast that I hosted on SoundCloud. So it was nothing special. Somebody recommended it to me. They were like, yo, you should go on YouTube. You should do video podcasts. And I'm like, I do a lot better on YouTube than I would on fucking SoundCloud. So that's what we're all about now. So I had dating advice on one of my episodes, and I don't know, it didn't. I guess people, this it's 50-50. Some people are like, I fuck with it, and some people are like, nah, it's kind of weird. Why would you do that? So, I've told a lot of people about sort of my way of like life, so to say, and they're like, yeah, that's some good shit. Like that's a good way to like kind of live life. Um, and I kind of wanted to talk about that in this episode. So um, I want to start off by saying like it's very opinionated what I have to say. It's like I don't mean to sound ignorant of other people's feelings. I completely like if I don't quite understand what other people are feeling, I've taken into account the feelings of others that I can understand. And so there might be some things that I'm like not getting. And you might go down in the comments and be like, ooh, well, what about this? Like, you never thought about this. You're just an ignorant bastard. Life has it easy. And so I don't want to come across as that way. I want you to know that, like, I've had personal struggles in my life. And so I want to sound like I'm coming from a place of, like I want to be relatable in a sense that we've all been in a place in our life where we just hated life. I mean, especially last year. Like 2020 was a shitty year and we all hated it. And I mean, just especially COVID alone, people felt like, I fucking hate life right now. Life sucks. But like pre 2020, life sucks. I just hate it right now. People are so, you know, just, I hate people. I don't trust anyone other than myself. And sometimes I just don't really trust myself. And it's like, I want you to know that I was like, I've been there. I've had my struggles throughout life and I've come to, I don't know, just be comfortable with myself and really focus on, my mental well being at the expense of, others. So in the process, I've lost a lot of friends and especially people that I, have been close to. And not only that, but like now more than ever, it's just kind of like I'm seeing more and more that I do need a little more like focusing on myself. But other than that, it's just like try to live day by day like comfortably and with a smile on your face. You know, right now life is not really throwing anything at. I mean like right now, like in this very second I am talking to a computer. So, I mean like I'm not necessarily talking. I mean, I'm literally talking to a computer right now. Like, I am looking at myself talking. But the point of this is for me to sound like I am talking to you, like, in a conversation. Not at this moment, but, like, something that you can't really control. I mean, you can control it, but it's like the most you can do is click off and just go to a different, fucking video. But, Um, right now, life is fine. I mean, it's not like great. I mean, it's great. Like, I love where I am right now in life. Like, I'm not depressed or anything like that. So I feel like I need to, kind of share how I really got to this point in my life. And so I guess I should start back like freshman year high school. It was interesting. I mean, like coming from 8th grade, I had a couple friends of mine, they weren't like it wasn't the best place to be, but it was fun. I guess that's how like most friendships can be, is like it's not the best place for me. Like these aren't the best people for me, but it's fucking fun. Like I'm having fun. I'm a kid. But I mean like it kind of got to me. I was like I can't mess around like this in high school. Like high school's like me being an 8th grader, middle schooler, I'm just like, high school's gonna be big, dude. High school's gonna be big. So I gotta, get my shit together. And I had counseling. I had gotten suspended twice for fighting. And so I had gotten counseling based off of like, it's hard to explain. I guess I would say more or less anger management or just like emotional management. Just kind of like, hey, look at yourself. Like in the moment, you gotta look at yourself and say, like, you gotta watch yourself. You know, you're seeing how you're reacting to others, so react the way that, like, control your reaction to others. So that's basically kind of what it was. And I mean, just like before homecoming, freshman year, I was just kind of like a wanderer. I mean, like, I didn't have friends. Like, I tried talking to them again, but it was just kind of awkward and dull. There was nothing out of it. They were boring. No offense to, who, but I mean, if they are watching, if those people are watching, no offense, but just shit was kind of awkward. And then homecoming came around, and one of my friends, he came up to me. Um, I love the guy. He was so like socially awkward, or not like awkward, but like super awkward with women, and he thought he hit it off with one woman at homecoming freshman year. And he's like, "Yo, I like dancing with this one chick, dude." And I'm just like, "No way. Let me see. That's fucking cap." And he's just like, "Nah, no cap, dude. Let me show you." And I mean, that wasn't even a saying back then, but I'm just like putting it in nowadays terms. So he brought me to her, and I'm like, good for you. He proved me wrong. And so I'm like, damn, that's cute. He's got it off. He's getting it. And she kind of brought us to her friend group. And so we hit it off. Like all of us as a group, we hit it off, and I have pictures on my phone of that night. I mean, I can even bring it up. It was just a really great night. Like we all enjoyed each other, and um it was just like the start of something that was just super enjoyable for the foreseeable future. I don't know. My screen is kind of reflecting, but it's there. It's the group of us, and um I guess they liked me too, and I was just super happy where I was. And I met up with them the next day, and we just kind of hit it off, and we were just this humongous friend group. Um, and then people started dating each other. That shit gets toxic, like unbelievably toxic. The moment you start dating someone, shit gets real. You're not just friends anymore. Friends fuck around and like have fun and stuff like that, but girlfriends and boyfriends, when you're dating someone, it's like it's real. And so I ended up this one chick, she started like kind of like following me, and I was just like, huh, is that something? And she like confessed. She's like, oh, I think you're kind of cute, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I think you're cute too. I never thought I was gonna get like a single girl telling me they thought I was cute. Maybe some of these girls that are just like, ugh, I don't want to say just not my type. Just the girls that I don't want to say that I'm cute. I never thought it was gonna be a girl that I was like, she's fucking hot. She's saying I'm cute. What? And so I thought I was such a loser. And so she comes up and she's just like, I think you're cute. I'm like, well, I think you're cute too. You wanna like hang out sometime? And she's just like, yeah. And so that lasted about 2 weeks. I would say she cheated on me, but 2 weeks is 2 weeks. I mean, no. That just didn't last. That friendship, whatever that was, didn't last. So, I mean, like, I respect it now. I'm just like, whatever. I'm over it. You can live your own life. I'll live my own life. Just go our separate paths. But I ended up living my own life. I had this one, I started, one of my friends, she was in my biology class. We started like kind of hitting it off. We were just like chilling out. We were buds. And then when we'd hang out with the friend group, oh, and at this point, I'm like super healthy relationship with the friend group, and it's like it's going strong. I mean, there were some bumps in the roads, but it was like, or yeah, some bumps in each of their roads. But for the whole group, just bumps. They're not like divots or hurdles or anything. Bumps. You just roll right over them. Shit happens. And so me and this friend, we started dating for about 3 months. Uh, I had feelings that it just wasn't gonna work out, and so that's the best way I can put it. And so I kind of got out of that before it got bad. And so eh, my other friends, they were also dating around the same time, and they had broken up like a couple months later. And then that's like when the friend group started falling apart. Like they you know just I tried staying friends with my ex at the time, not the one that I was, the one that I actually dated for a couple months. It's not really dating. It's 3 months. I mean, it's a high school relationship. What the fuck do you expect? But yeah, like I was trying to be friends. I didn't think dating was gonna be a thing between us. So we're like, let's just stay friends. Let's respect each other's opinions and move on, stay friends. And my other friends, I mean, to this day, it's just kind of like, I don't even know. And it doesn't matter because it's in the past and they don't even talk to each other. They don't even interact in each other's lives anymore. So it doesn't matter to either of them. So it shouldn't matter to me, and it doesn't. But it did to the friend group. And that friend group split into a couple fragments. Um, my ex went to his ex because they were like best friends. And I went to him because he was my best friend. And so it kind of was like this. I wouldn't say it was them controlling the friend group, but it sort of seemed like them breaking apart. They were kind of the coagulant of the friend group, I would say. Like me and my ex, we, and now friend at that time, you know, again, you can kind of tell, like, we were friends. So I honestly, I want to bring this up now. I apologize for this. I am using Discord right now because OBS is being stupid and won't. I don't know. My camera just doesn't work on OBS right now. So it works on Discord. So why not? I'll just use Discord. Um, where was I? Okay, I want to really speed things up here. Friend group kind of fell apart. I tried like helping people out with their problems, and try was definitely a word to use because try is definitely an excuse for failure, and I failed. Or at least I still feel like to this day that I failed my friends, but I know I shouldn't tell myself that because it's not my fault that shit happened. So I never got the help I needed because I felt responsible for the friend group dissolving. Drama happened like literally after that point, and it got smaller and smaller and smaller, and now I'm where I, want to be right now. I'm with my I'd love to meet. At my school, I respect everyone, and I would consider myself friendly to everyone. There's not a single person at the school that I genuinely disrespect. There's a couple that just, but like, I, it's not that I disrespect them. It's just I don't agree with what they do in life. Their life choices are just terrible, and they are a terrible person. So I don't affiliate myself with anywhere near them. So I just keep moving in my own direction. But yeah, I just get to the nitty gritty. I started dating this one chick that I, kind of hit off in my English class. Um, I thought she was cute, so I was like, why not? I kind of like her. And so, it turned out she liked me too. But that excitement of a new relationship alone didn't help me one bit. And I never told her that I was severely depressed. And very early one morning at 3 a.m., I snuck out of the house, walked to a trestle, and looked down. And I saw myself at the bottom and said to myself, I envisioned my own funeral, and I was like, that'd be super unfair to everyone that actually loves me. I felt at that moment that nobody loved me like my friends do now. Like, I tell my friends that I love them. I get mad at them. I'm mad at one of my friends right now. It's not that I'm mad at him. It's just like I'm not happy with him right now. But I just felt like I wasn't told that I really am loved until, like I was like, what about my parents or, my friends and shit like that, and my new girlfriend or whatever you considered us at that point. It was less than a month. I think literally that morning was our 1 month, or the following day, or something like that. But I stepped away, and I came back into my room and went to sleep. I woke up the next morning, yeah, basically that same morning, and I hung out with her, and I told her, I'm like, hey, I almost killed myself last night. And she started crying. And that really, like, put it into perspective. Like, there are people that care about you. She's I've known her for a few months at this point. I've hung out with her for like a couple months, and I've dated her for 1 month, and she already like cared about me that much. And that like that was huge. Like that was it was eye opening. I was just like, I need to turn my life around at this point. And so I really focused. I mean, like throughout that relationship, it was I didn't love myself. And one of the number one rules is you can't love others before you love yourself. So that relationship came and went in 1 year, a little over a year. And I think shortly after, again, I kind of just went down this hole. I was like, I'm going to be honest, I was very emotional like every night for like a week. I would go out, go throughout my day and do normal shit. And then I'd come home, nighttime, I'd just be like thinking about her. I mean, like, she wasn't off my mind. And so I was like, what am I doing? I did mindfulness studies before she broke up with me, and that would be so much better for me if I just did that. And guess what I did? I started meditating. I started motivating myself to get out, go for a run like every day. I'm athletic, so usually on off seasons I don't run that much, but this time, it was different. I was like, I am going to beat the shit out of my teammate. Not like physically, but like in a winning sense. First and second. I would be first. He would be second. And sad that he is. But it's all friendly rivalry. Like rivalry. I think deep down he wants me to beat him, but also he doesn't want me to beat him. I think he would be like, damn, he's come a long way. Like, he's really great. Just that respect. And I have a respect like, damn, he's fucking fast. Like, I feel like I'm going fast, but he's even faster. We just have that respect for each other. We, like, that's what makes us friends. Like, that's, you know, so now, I mean, completely off topic, but I also don't see like race or sex or like religion. I know it sounds like ignorant. What the fuck did I just say? Ignorant. I know it sounds like ignorant, but I see culture and I respect the shit out of culture. I am a self-proclaimed chef. So, as a self-proclaimed chef, I respect the shit out of culture. I love culture. Culture, I think, is the most interesting thing about every race, sex, ethnicity, religion, all that. It's what makes them that. So, when I say I don't see race, sex, color, religion, blah, 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 I mean it like, and sexuality. All of that jazz, you know? I mean, like, I respect everyone equally unless they show me a reason to disrespect them. Like, I just, if they are a respectful, kind person to me, I will be the same back to them. But sometimes people treat me differently because of my color. They think, they generalize and and say like, oh, he's a white boy, he's gonna, he's gonna say this about me. And I'm like, no, please, no. I want to come across as like this nice person, and you're not letting me. You're just generalizing me. And so that's a little frustrating. And that's when I disrespect people. And generally, it's people that are not white, straight men who are non religious. So, like, specifically, it's not people that are like me, that generalize me. It's everyone that decides to see generalizations and stereotypes about certain, like, religion, sex, race, like sexuality and other stuff like that. I almost said homosexuality, which is like the most straight, ignorant thing to say. But like, I hope like what got across is like, I I respect the shit out of you, no matter who you are, and I will be nice to you. I'll give you a smile. I'll give you my respect until like, even if you like don't feel comfortable with making the first impression, I want to like cement my like first impression down. I want to show you this is who I am. Don't fucking generalize me based off of anything about me. I want my personality to come out. And so, kind of like when I went on Omegle, you give them a smile, you give them, like, hi, how are you? They are more akin to compliment you. And I got a lot of like, oh, I really like your smile. Oh, your eyes are pretty. I really like your eyebrows, blah, blah, blah. I appreciated every single bit. And I'm like, you are a fucking beautiful person. Don't let anyone tell you different. And they're like, oh, I love you. Or not like I love you, but like, oh, thank you. I love you. Who the fuck said I love you? My mom. But can my microphone stand stop wiggling? It's better. But I want to stay humble, but I feel like staying humble is kind of like putting yourself down. And when you put yourself down, you lose confidence. And when you lose confidence, you're less enjoyable of a person to be around. Super opinionated, but that's just kind of like how I go about it. I don't consider myself like super narcissistic, but I don't consider myself humble at all. I will say, like, I will look at myself in the mirror. This sounds narcissistic, but I will say, like, you look good today. You got to tell yourself that you love yourself. It's showing self-appreciation is what it is. So if you have love or appreciation for yourself, you will be a better person. That is probably my number one advice. So where I come from, I don't understand why, or I don't know what it feels like to be an introvert or a very not social person. I know a couple people that are just like, some days I just need to take a break from people. Like, I just need to have a me day, I just need no social interaction. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a day where I'm just tired of social interaction. So that's just kind of like where my head is at. I'm like, ugh, I don't get those people. Excuse me. I took melatonin a couple hours ago. About an hour ago, I believe. So it's kicking in a little bit. So let's get through this. I want to talk to you guys. I really enjoy this. So I believe that number one, you shouldn't generalize until you have something to build off of. Their physical attributes and their beliefs should not be something you generalize them about. I mean, like, there's some beliefs that, like, sure, you can, but I'm not talking, like, political beliefs. You know, if they're right wing or if they're left wing, that doesn't mean one specific thing about them. Like, if they're right, that doesn't make them racist, and if they're left, that doesn't make them anarchists. And so I feel like that's the major generalization with today's society. I had some friends recently attack me because I showed no opinion towards what they believe in. So they took it to where I had the opposite opinion of them. And so they called me a racist, a homophobic, a sexist, and I took great offense to that. Not because I am all three, but because I am not all three, and that I specifically portray myself out to not be all three of the following things that they had just stated. Actually, four. Racist, sexist, homophobic. Is that it? Beliefist? I'll just say beliefist, just to generalize everything that is something that is against something. So, I am a terrible person for not agreeing with them, I guess. So, uh, it's interesting that, people actually believe that I believe that. And I want to portray myself that, like, in a way that's like, hey, I respect you until you tell me, like, you don't respect me, or, like, I don't want your respect. It's like, if somebody doesn't want your respect, they don't deserve your respect. They're just looking for attention. They're just looking to get away from people. And that's fine. You just gotta respect that and walk away from them. Like, I gotta know, like, hey, there's not a single, you can't be friends with everyone. You can be friendly to everyone, but not everyone is gonna show you the same feelings back. So, I mean, it's very, like, obvious when you are a Starbucks barista. Our main, like, goal as partners, or, like, our main, like, expectation as partners is to make our customers' days better than when they came in, or just as good if they are having a great day. So, you get a grumpy customer come in, and you give them a smile, and you are super polite to them, and they'll just still be, like, super grumpy. And it's like, can you just give me this when, like, I am being, I'm not being your slave. Like, you're paying me to do this for you, but I could just take your money and leave. Give me at least a little bit of respect. Like, I could totally F up your drink. I could fuck up your order. I'll do whatever. But because of our rules, we have to remake a drink that is not, satisfactory to you. So, that's where some people, find little loopholes in life. I'll just needlessly, if I'm having a bad day, so I'll make others have a bad day too. Or I'll bring my terrible feelings onto them. So, they do that. They come in. They're like, just give me this. And I'm like, all right, I'll get you that. Is there anything else I can get you? No. They, like, already have their card in the machine, and I still have yet to, like, put in the fact that they're paying. I haven't even told them their total. And then they pay and walk away. And I'm like, no receipt, have a good day, I guess. Like, they just don't want to, like, interact with you. They just want to get their coffee and leave. And it's just like, you lose my respect when you do that shit. Like, can you just be a better human being? Or do you have to be a grumpy pants to someone that's actually trying to be nice to you? So, it's just not that I lose my, like, respect for them. It's just, like, in the future, I'm less likely to be as nice because I know I'm not going to get anything out of it. It's not a selfish thing. It's just, like, what's the point? Um, you can call me selfish if it genuinely is selfish, but why waste the energy? I mean, everyone has a certain level of energy. I might seem like I have a limitless amount of energy when it comes to my positivity or whatever you know, and so, or my sociable interaction. And so, but, I have X amount of energy, and, people who I'm nice to who are not nice back to me, they're just a waste of your energy. I mean, my energy. But the lesson is it's definitely a waste of your energy. If you don't get anything out of it, I mean, like, I'm not saying, like, don't do something that you're not going to get anything out of it. Like donating, I get something out of donating. I get, this feeling in my gut that, like, I am a good person for doing this. Like, I'm putting money towards something that will help someone else out. And helping them out will help me be happy. I mean, all of these organizations are because people are like, look at this. Look at your privileged lifestyle. I mean, like, there's people out there that would never spend whatever little money they have on a microphone or a pair of headphones or a pair of glasses. I mean, they'd rather spend it on a pair of glasses that can help them read, or a computer or anything like that. They would spend it on necessities: a roof over their head, water, food, just all of that stuff. This is just, it's not a necessity, it's a want. And I have it. And I get enjoyment out of it. But it's because I already have the things that they don't. And so, donating to someone like that just makes me feel like, I don't know, more of a human and less of a privileged narcissist. So, with that out of the way, when it comes to emotions, if I'm going to flood my emotions, my positivity, and my happiness into somebody's life, I expect them to not throw the opposite back at me. You know, if they genuinely, like, don't appreciate what I'm giving them, don't say anything about it. Just kind of walk away from it, Just kind of show me without, like, being rude about it that, like, oh, you don't enjoy my presence. I'll be like, okay. I'll be a little hurt. I'll be like, come on. What did I do to you to deserve this? But I don't want that to, like, control how you feel about me. So I guess when I get people that are rude to me when I'm nice to them, it's just surprising. It's like, how, like, low of a human being are you? Why do you exist? It's not the best outlook on life, but hey, there was some other outlooks on my, like, that I have on life. I had a coworker tell me, like, why are you so damn happy? Like, you're too happy. There's something you got to be sad about. And I'm like, there's a lot to be sad about, but I know that. And it's just not my main focus. I think being sad shouldn't be anyone's main focus. Being sad is just being sorry for yourself that something bad happened to you. And poor you. Just be happy that good things are happening. You're alive. And if you have anything that is listening to me talking to you right now, you are privileged because you have money to go into something that you don't need. Then, you already have what you need. You have food, you have water, you have a roof over your house. You have enough money to spend on something to listen to this on or watch this on, depending on whatever you're doing. So, there's no point in being sad. I mean, like, yeah, family members die. I want to say, like, it's a natural way of life, Everyone dies eventually, but it's the morbid truth, but it's also very ignorant. I had a family member pass away in 2020, and, it was sad, but I don't dwell on it. I think death should be a celebration of, their past life, who they were when they were alive. It should be a celebration of not, it's not like, oh, they're dead now, yay. It's like appreciating what they did for you and for others and what their presence brought, everyone, this world. So I think funeral should be an appreciation for that person and not a morbid sort of, farewell. I think it should be a sad, it's a sad time. It's kind of like, losing a friend who's moving away. You're never going to see them again. And it's like, but except this time you can't even talk to them. And they won't even exist on the same planet. You can't see them. You can't talk to them. And it's sad, but you're happy that you guys met and it was fun while it lasted. But life moves on. Every second that you spend sitting there feeling sorry that, this person moved away, this person passed away is 1 second wasted of your life. You're going to be in your deathbed saying, why was I so sad over that one thing that happened to me 50 years ago or 70 years ago? Like, it was just a high school relationship. Why did I cry for a week about it? So, you're going to be like holding your wife's hand and your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren are going to be like in the same room as you. And you're going to be like, I cried over that woman. Like, look at my life now. It's great. It's perfect. And I am on the end of the road and it was fun. So why did I waste my time crying about that? Why did I waste my emotions? So why waste your emotions with someone who's difficult? With someone who's going to make your life miserable? Why waste your own emotions on making your own life miserable? Why not spend every second smiling and making your life better? I think, too, just straight up smiling and, kind of having a positive outlook on everything is just like, it's just better than having a very morbid or negative outlook and pessimistic outlook on everything, you know. Seeing the glass is half full gives you a deeper appreciation for why it is half full. And if you see it for half empty, you're ignorant. You have privilege. You don't have an appreciation for what is in that cup. So have an appreciation for that half full glass of water. That is life. It's not perfect. It's not everything that you wanted. You want a full glass of water, but you're only going to get a half glass of water. So appreciate what you have, because you can have way less water in your cup than some other people. Some people have a full glass of water. Or no, they have like almost full glass of water, and they're like, it's not topped off. It's not like overflowing. It's like some people would be grateful to have their cup filled just as much as you, even halfway between you and what they have now. So appreciate what you have in life right now and be grateful for what you have and just stay positive. I know it's way easier said than done. My sister has social anxiety. My other sister has no friends. I don't have any of their problems. And I try to give them advice, but they're like, you're just ignorant and I hate you. I'm like, ugh, why don't they just understand? It's, you know, if I had the answers to how to solve social anxiety, I would be a millionaire or a billionaire. I'd publish a book about it. Oh, I just cracked the shit out of my back. I'd publish a book, make a few $1 million off of it. But for now, I just want to give you a quick sort of glance into my perspective on life. Whether it's a privileged, narcissistic perspective, that's your perspective. And I respect it. But I could also, it doesn't affect me. What you think about my life, it doesn't affect me. What I think about your life doesn't affect me either. It's just my opinion. So, out of respect for our opinions, I hope you respect mine. Don't judge me based off of what I said, because there's no need to judge me. Just move on with your life. My opinion shouldn't matter to you. I wish I could say that to the people that attacked me, because that would have left me about a week of sanity. So, life moves on. Talking to people, meeting new people. I have an eyelash. Holy cow. It's bugging me. Ugh, I'll just take off my glasses. I'm meeting new people. Not that I don't have people, but, you know, outside of the people that I love the most, I am meeting new people I can talk to and spend a small portion of my life with. So, if you're one of them, I'll see you then. So yeah. I hope this was informative. I hope this was somewhat helpful. You know, if you can get anything out of it, you know, I hope there was a couple lessons that I unconsciously or you know what I'm talking about. I want to say subliminally spread, but unintentionally said. I said words. And if you can find something out of it positive, and if you're not having like a good time in life, I hope from now on you have a fantastic, great life. Don't waste your time on looking at negative shit. You know, I know there's all of these memes on Instagram that's like, I'm living in pain. And it's like, I want you to look at all of the stuff in your life that isn't pain. And you're going to be like, there's nothing but pain. There's nothing in my life that I can look at. I can say wham for you if you want me to. Because there's definitely stuff in your life that doesn't entail pain and suffering and depression. Everyone has happiness. I mean, that's why everyone who says they are depressed is still alive. Because they know there's people that love them. They just need a little reassurance. And for that, I want to say, I am always here to talk to you if you need me. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, it's at Jikemeyer. That's Jikemeyer. And if you follow me there, DM me if you really need to talk about anything. And I honestly want to say my phone number, but it's like, I don't trust things. So, there's my Instagram. Hit me up if you need help. You know, if you're having a bad day and you just want someone to talk to and you don't have anyone to talk to. You know, everyone that you know that you can talk to is busy. I'm normally not always busy. I'm busy most of the time from 2 to 6 p.m. working. But, you know, I don't have a whole lot of people who text me. So, if you are that one person who texts me, I will definitely respond pretty quickly, especially if it's important. I mean, your, wellness, your mental wellness is important to me. Because if you are trusting me enough to tell me that you are having a tough time, I respect the shit out of you. And I want to talk to you and I want to help you out. So, come to me if you need anything. Well, I mean, like, I don't mean, like, come to me specifically, but I will be here. I am an option. If you need to come to talk to anyone about anything that is, making you struggle in life, I'm an option. So, keep that in mind. At Jikemeyer on Instagram. Jikemeyer. So, with that PSA, that wellness PSA, I think it's time for me to go to bed. Because it is quarter after 11. And I am super tired at an 8-hour work day today. So, thank you so much. If you are listening to this right now, that means you made it to the end of the video. And you listened to the entire 53-minute thing. So, stay strong, trooper. It only gets better from here. Peace out. Love you guys.